And ladies and gentlemen, solid debate coming up with Masuri Swaraj, BJP spokesperson, taking on Anjali Rai, national spokesperson AAP, and of course Dr. Piyush Joshi, who backs the AAP. And I start with Suhel. Suhel, let's come to the basics, Suhel. What is, in your view, what is Kejriwal's game plan? He has written to the ED saying, I believe this is political. He has rejected summons 1. He has rejected summons 2. He knows, he has lawyers, he knows exactly what will follow if he rejects summons 3. They're going to land up at his door with a NBA and execute it for non-compliance and non-cooperation. What's his game plan, in your view?
So his game plan very clearly is to play victim, to play the person who's been wronged against, that this is a witch hunt, and he's prepared the ground. To be fair, he's prepared the ground very well. Look, let's give Arvind Kejriwal some credit. He is an astute politician. He's no longer the Aam Aadmi that you and I thought he was. And to my mind, he never was. He was always Khas Aadmi. Number 2, he has realized that he will play the same game as the BJP wants him to play, but he will play it with greater arrogance and with a daredevil attitude, a cavalier attitude. To my mind, I as a citizen have only 3 things to say. Number 1, if Arvind Kejriwal has been summoned by the ED and refuses the summons twice, once I can understand, he was on election duty, which is fair enough. Number 2, Vipassana. I mean, will you give people who have committed crimes of an economic nature कि भाई आप विपासना पे जा रहे हैं इसलिए हम लोग कुछ नहीं करेंगे? It sets a bad precedent. Number 2, my problem with Kejriwal is that Kejriwal came as such a beacon and as such a breath of fresh air. He came as a person who was like one of us. He was willing to go to the gallows, he was willing to take the rap, but he would not sacrifice. Today, unfortunately, he's playing the game like every other politician he has abused plays. So he's no different anymore. The third is my grouse with the ED. Why is the ED allowing this to fester? Why is the ED not taking steps which are legally permissible?
Exactly.
Arnab, you're right. He has all the lawyers at his command, as he should. And for God's sake, give Aam Aadmi Party credit. In less than 10, 12 years, they are now running 2 states. So you have to doff your hat to Arvind Kejriwal. But Arvind Kejriwal must realize he is only Arvind Kejriwal. He is not bigger than the law of the land. He is not someone who will tell the agencies when they are ready. It's not that he will decide कि भाई मैं आपको कब मिलूंगा, मैं आपसे कब interview लूंगा. That's ridiculous. And it sets a bad precedent. It's bad for the ED. It's bad for law and terribly bad for a man who stood for millions of Indians as the hope of a fresh breath of air.